Ladies and gentlemen, the Chancellor of the University of Johannesburg welcomes you to this graduation ceremony. Due to security reasons, you are requested not to leave the auditorium before the end of the proceedings. Please note that photos and videos must be taken from your seats. Please do not get up and walk around inside the auditorium. As soon as the procession leaves the auditorium, you are requested to rise and remain standing until the procession and guests of honour have left the auditorium. A kind yet important request. Please only applaud after the student's name has been read out, and only applaud until the student has been capped, in order to give other graduates the opportunity to have an audible readout of their names. Please also note that no whistles are allowed for applause, only clapping of hands and ululating. You are cordially invited to enjoy refreshments in the foyer after the ceremony. A final request. If you have a cell phone in your possession, please switch it off or put it on silent. Ladies and gentlemen, the procession will now enter the auditorium. You are requested to rise and remain standing until the members of the procession have taken their seats.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sanibonani. Tobel. Goedemiddag, dames en heren. It's a very special privilege to welcome you to this graduation ceremony here in the university's Arts Theatre and Studio Complex, which is of course different from what we used to, as you will be aware. The auditorium was torched just 2 weeks ago, as a result of which we have moved our ceremonies to this facility, and we hope that you will find it appropriate and comfortable. And so by virtue of the powers vested in me, I now constitute this meeting as a lawful congregation of the University of Johannesburg. Ngenxa yegunya enginikuLona ngemisa lomhlangano unje ngokuhlangana okusemthethweni kwe-University yase Johannesburg. You may take your seats. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm certain you will agree that that performance deserves another round of applause. Chancellor, Executive Dean, Prof. Amanda Dempsey, Dean of the Faculty of Economic and Financial Sciences, members of sensitive attention of the state and of our universities. However, the destruction of university property, such as the torching of the university's main auditorium on the Auckland Park Kingsway campus, are rejected with contempt, will be resisted, and those responsible must be found and face the full consequence of the laws and rules of the country and of our university. We are extremely proud of our academics, our professional and support staff, our students who amidst the turmoil caused by the Fees Must Fall movement that started last year, demonstrated extraordinary professionalism, dedication and resolve, resulting in a new high in our undergraduate completion rates of 85.4%. As a consequence of these remarkable efforts, our graduates can proudly walk the stage today. We have an enormous amount to celebrate at UJ. Our achievements since the inception of UJ in 25 in teaching and research, in our relationships with prestigious universities globally, and in our world-class programs and facilities are considerable, and we continue to reach new peaks of excellence. We continue to welcome students from all classes and backgrounds, to uplift those who have struggled, and to make a major contribution to creating a more just, equitable, and fair South Africa. Commitment to making excellent educational resources available to a diverse body of students is a proud cornerstone of the strategy of the University of Johannesburg. The university recognizes that many potential and current students cannot afford university fees, and we will thus continue with the support that we provide for our students through, inter alia, the top-up to the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, commonly known as NSFAS, through our financial support to our students in the so-called missing middle. These are students who do not qualify for NSFAS, but those whose family income is simply insufficient to finance their studies through loans. And through our support of 2 meals a day to 3,500 financially needy students. We are proud to announce that to date this year, and in support of our missing middle students, we have already raised over 59 million from university executives and council members, alumni, from our students, the public and private sectors, and the general public. Your choice of UJ was a wise one, because at UJ, our research endeavors are infused with excellence. In numerous ways, the university is excelling. Last year, the authoritative QS World University ranking of universities in the BRICS countries, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, again ranked UJ among the top 100 universities, placing a 67th position among this economics bloc, 6,200 universities. Our staff and students now collaborate with many of the world's top 100 universities because UJ is the only African member of the prestigious Universitas 21 group of research-intensive universities. Furthermore, as affirmation of UJ's now strong research tradition, the National Research Foundation awarded the university last year 5 new research chairs, the maximum that could be awarded. And these new research chairs are all held by UJ's stellar women academics. At UJ, our teaching philosophy and practice is infused with excellence. Our approximately 50,000 students come from all corners of South Africa, and close to 3,000 are international students from more than 80 countries. And we aim to increase this number of international students to 5,000 by 2020. Our overall annual graduate output is now in excess of 12,300 graduates per year. And UJ produces the highest number of black graduates at all residential universities. 93% of our students obtain employment within 12 months of graduation. This, of course, signaling the significant value of our qualifications to South African and international employers. All of these achievements are the result of the considerable effort and innovation from UJ staff and the diligence and commitment of our students. At UJ, the student experience is infused with a level of excellence few institutions can match. This is evident in the overall UJ student experience through arts and culture offerings and in the sporting arena where UJ continues to excel. The university can be proud of the good progress that it's made with its transformation program. Consider that just 10 years ago, the university had only 9% black academic staff, and now by the end of 2015, this had grown to 37%. Further, 10 years ago, the university had 60% black students, and this has now grown to 86%. Building on our many accomplishments in this regard, the elevation of our transformation agenda to the next level is an important area of focus in this year and beyond. We will, for example, develop and implement plans to address critical themes within the Africanization and decolonization of the university and of knowledge. At UJ, everything we do is infused with excellence. Allow me now to extend my special congratulations to all our graduates. As new graduates, you are now part of an elite graduate population in South Africa, and you've obtained your qualifications in a higher education environment that mirrors the democratic ideals of South Africa. At UJ, you've been groomed for leadership, and as you scale the heights of your selected careers, remember that not everyone in our society is as privileged as you are. You should feel compelled to do what you can, whenever you can, to make positive contributions to society as responsible corporate citizens and future leaders. For as Nelson Mandela put it, what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. While this is your achievement, you should always remember the sacrifices others have made to ensure that you are here today. For each one of you, this would not have been possible without the support and encouragement of your loved ones and sponsors, many of whom sit proudly in our audience here today. We also thank our UJ staff who guided you in this journey in these defining years of your lives. Now celebrate and cherish this day. It is your day. Finally, we welcome you as new members of the global UJ alumni community. As UJ alumni, you join a worldwide body of professionals who have gone before you, many of whom are leaders in their fields, and to retain an extremely close and valuable relationship with their alma mater. I encourage you to join the UJ Alumni Network and become an active member of the UJ Convocation. By staying actively engaged with your alma mater, you can make a real contribution, financially and otherwise, to our academic project and to those who will be coming after you. At UJ, everything we do is infused with excellence. I thank you. Kia leboga, ni kia bonga. Baie dankie. Chancellor, I now request the Executive Dean to introduce to you the candidates who complied with all the requirements for the respective qualifications.
By virtue of the powers vested in me, I will now confer and award the respective qualifications on the candidates who are introduced to me by the Executive Dean and to the candidates who are absent but have complied with all of the requirements for these qualifications. Ngenxa yegunya enginikwe lona, nginikeza iziqu kubafundi abethulwe kimi abaphatha bemikhakha kanye nabafundi abangekho kodwa abaye bahlangabezana nazo zonke izimfuneko zeziqu.
Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to award the diploma on the following candidates. Otwa Duba. Kevin Hangwani Kabeni. Freddy Lebepe. Shadi Paulina Makhopa. Julia Mokekwane Malapane. Riachile Mashihu. Carol Benedicta Matabula. Zinshle Nombusu Machabani. Nonkululeku Success Memela. Chanel Mkabele. Belina Nkokozwa. Sontu Tembesile Ndluvu. Bonga Nduna. Nshlanshla Nshlapu. Signinu Nkosi. Tebohu Ntlele. Opa Pataka. Johannes Selepi. Busisiwe Sibiya. Terishu Nkwele Tladi. Liyoyulu Leon Vimbi. Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to award the Advanced Diploma on the following candidates. Ephraim Sigogwane Baloi. Goodness Chauki. Matselani Confidence Hlalele. Roland Patrick Haibuada Moel. Arsene Mulunda Kalulua. Nomsa Petunia Kubai. Even Rafi Lisasili. Pabalu Madumu. Macheba Pokulodi Makura. Letabu Shushane Makufane. Itumeleng James Maleka. Mbalenhle Manzini. Tiani Advocate Mavuwana. Semakaleng Alicia Mbeli. Kenneth Bongani Mbukasi. Kudani Mbuvani. Palisa Mukuana. Andy Tatu Mulefi. Tepisu Alkan Malloy. Tiisetsu Audrian Mochaisa. Kupanu Mpenyani. Prishotham Naika. Kiamuketswe Petunia Mamika Nkati. Mohammed Zubair Shiraz Patel. John Papaki Poluholu. Dina Mamuraka Bushoku. Vanessa Mary Pillay. Mushabi Francina Sekele. Derek Junior Smith. Richard Taro Taro. Chancellor, I'm honoured to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Commerci Cum Honoribus Taxation on the following candidates. Gundu Justin Bulala. Tebogo Gama. Tevin Darren Govender. Nondaba Sepiwe Kekana. Pumulani Menzi Mabena. Noklulu Prudence Mashlangu. Tebogo Maimane Marawa. Arnold Takunda Masaiwana. Leratu Felicia Mukwena. Rejoice Rina Moyu. Se Kubeng Ingipile Zeni Ngubane. Yulisa Niklolu Yolanda Nkumonde. Rosetta Ramuneta. Nozuku Nshangela. Chancellor, thank you.
Once more, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I thought you were excited and happy and joyous, and then I get this, or is it in response to my voice? All right, let's try again. Sanbona. Good afternoon. It sounds like primary school, right? Yes, allow me also to extend my words of congratulations, very brief words of congratulations to our graduates this afternoon. Yours is a truly outstanding and a landmark achievement, which we do not take lightly nor for granted. And this is an important new milestone or pinnacle point on your journey of life. And so for you personally, for your family and loved ones, many who are in the audience this afternoon, and to your university, indeed to South Africa and to beyond our borders, this is a joyous moment of celebration. And so we congratulate you in every respect. We're extremely proud of this landmark achievement. Indeed, today as we celebrate your achievement, we are mindful that you will have faced many obstacles along the way. You will also have experienced many challenging emotions. Yes, including, what is that word? Okay, let's use a nice word. Being dropped as a boyfriend or girlfriend. And so you will have faced many obstacles. You will have faced emotions that could have crushed you. Indeed, when we faced up to and stood down the protests, limited protests as they were here at UJ in October and of November of last year, I was concerned that we may not reach this pinnacle point. And yet, your courage, your commitment, uplifted and inspired us to do better. That is, as management, as leaders of the university, as academics, and as professional and support staff. And it is because of that resolve that we can, together with you, celebrate and be joyous on this occasion. And so as you go forward, we encourage you to reflect upon and to draw generously from this part of your life journey. Because as you now look ahead, as life goes, and our journey here goes, you must face many an obstacle, many a mountain, many a valley that now lies ahead of you. So do draw generously upon the courage and the resolve that you have gathered from this part of your life journey as you face up to the challenges that must and do lie ahead. Whether these you find you in family, or in your professional life, or in your broader community or society life, you will face obstacles. You will be challenged. You'll be challenged to the very foundations of your being. But you have demonstrated in this part of the journey of your life, and in us celebrating you, that you have it all within you to work through the challenges that will lie ahead of you. We are also mindful that your journey would not have been possible without the love, the support, the encouragement, including the EFTs and these days, I guess, e-wallets. It would not have been possible without the love, the support, the encouragement of those who love you. Family, friends, community that have given you strength when you felt that you were alone and that you would not be able to complete the journey. And so we want to extend also to your loved ones our deep, sincere gratitude for staying the course with you. Even when things were difficult in your relationships, they stayed the course with you. And so we celebrate you as much as we celebrate our graduates this afternoon. So congratulations to you as well. Allow me also to extend our warm and sincere appreciation to our academics and the staff who have journeyed with you in this part of your life journey. Without the masters, without the experts, without the scholars and the fine teachers, your journey would equally have been impossible, improbable, incomplete. I think about our academics who are on the stage and the many who they represent, and I'm reminded that the scripts are streaming in. It's probably not the nicest part of the job, right? Is when you have 600, 700, 800 exam scripts now to review, because the cycle, as you know, continues. We're in the middle of our first semester examinations, and perhaps the most trialing part of the toil of an academic is the assessment part. And so I want to also, on our collective behalf, extend equally so our sincere appreciation through our Executive Dean, Professor Manda Dempsey, a Vice Dean, the heads of departments, and the academics on the stage this evening who have journeyed with you, and those who are unable to join us this afternoon, to say to them, Siyabonga kakhulu. We don't take for granted, we don't take lightly your extraordinary contributions and your parts in the lives of these fine graduates who we celebrate this afternoon. So thank you to you as well. Thank you. And I do include our academic support and professional staff as well, because I could see you were looking at me. Yeah. So shall we also give a round for academic professional support staff as well? And so as we conclude this ceremony, I put the challenge to you that you know so well. Because unless you face up, of course together with us, but unless you face up to the challenge that lies now in front of you as leaders, this nation and nation across the world, together with our planet, stand little chance of getting through the next 2 generations. The deep inequalities that face all of our nations across our world, but in particular here in South Africa. The fact that 40% of our people live in poverty, but 20% in particular live in abject poverty. The fact that 55% of your peers, young people, do not have a job. The fact that corruption and a failing commitment to the rule of law is causing extraordinary troubles, from the union buildings to Hammanskraal. Sorry if you're from Hammanskraal. Just picking on Hammanskraal because it's been on. I'm not saying Vuan. Yeah. So this failing commitment across the world to the rule of law, the failure for us to exert ethical leadership in society, in state, in politics, in economics, is going to cause us to not be able to get through the next 2 generations. Equally so, our planet is in deep peril because of humanity's conduct. We cannot continue the way we are finding ourselves in today. We cannot. At the same time, it doesn't seem the right thing to make the country ungovernable. It does not seem to be the right thing, in light of all of this, then to create chaos throughout the country, including at our universities. And so this time calls for extraordinary leaders to rise up. It also calls for our broader nation to rise up, yes, with hope and confidence, inspired by the Constitution of the Republic, to build a better future. It's not an election speech, not standing for any party, but it's self-evident that we've got big problems, considerable trouble in our land, and that it requires leadership that we have not seen in recent times. Leadership in state, leadership in the economy, leadership in society. And so with this UJ qualification, your challenge is to turn on its head Gandhi's assessment of the 20th century. So your job, I believe, is to build a different century. It begins with you. A century of commerce with morality. Of politics with principles. Onwil? Of politics with principles. Of wealth with work. I'm not here to cast moral judgment, but the idea that I can live off an older man or woman seems fundamentally at odds with the idea of a sustainable and valuable human society. And so it's got to be wealth with work, even when facing dire circumstances. But you heard me say, I'm not here to cast moral judgment. You have to nurture a century of knowledge with character, of science with humanity, of earth use with reverence. Those of us who are religious, of religion with sacrifice, and of pleasure with conscience. So go forward with confidence. Go forward in the knowledge that you have within you the capability to build an alternative and a far better future than the one that we're experiencing right now. I thank you. Ngiyabonga. Realboa. Bye dan. I had to make up some time because the ceremony was too short. So that brings us to the end of the ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope that you've enjoyed it as much as we have. And we trust that the celebrations, which will continue into the night and the weekend, will be most enjoyable, most joyous, but will also find time to remember those who had imagined this future 5 generations ago, 10 generations ago, and those who made it possible, family, together with yourselves and academics. So as we close the ceremony, you're requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem. The words can be found at the back of the program. So that brings us to the end of the ceremony. And so by virtue of the powers vested in me, I now dissolve this congregation of the University of Johannesburg. Thank you very much. Enjoy the afternoon.